The super license points is a new thing. It's good they've introduced this.
To be able to earn super license points so early on in your motorsport career. So that's another thing that attracts me to F4SEA.
Well, super license points is really important because to reach Formula 1 you need some points.
Points that you have to collect in order to get a super license to race in F1, obviously.
That's a really good starting step.
To be able to be labelled as a person that holds at least 1 point, one super license point, oh, that's awesome. It's a great feeling.
And this championship gives us the opportunity to get some.
I think it's a really good first step to make if you want F1 as your goal.
Through my goals that I want to reach do require those things.
When you have the experience, you gain the points. Each championship you do, each race you do, you get a certain amount of points where you're eligible to get the super license, and then you're eligible to race, apply for F1.
There are drivers here from Malaysia, New Zealand, Singapore, even Australia, all gearing up for their first race here at Sepang International Circuit.
It's a circuit I know quite well, and as a race car driver, it's one of my favorite tracks. Having had success here in the Asia Cup Series, the predecessors to this championship, I'll be here to help guide the drivers and help them familiarize themselves.
Speaking of drivers, I believe there is one guy here who is the man to beat.
I'm sure he'd love to hear you say that.
Hi, I'm Jordan Love. I'm 17 years of age and I'm from Perth, Western Australia.
Number 79, Jordan Love has had a taste of winning. The Aussie claimed the Asia Cup title last year in scintillating fashion. His campaign included a stunning 14 wins out of 15. That is a whopping 93% win rate, making the 17-year-old Australian the one to beat here at Sepang.
Yeah, last year was full of success, I think. You know, it felt awesome to have a win almost every weekend. That was an awesome feeling, and you know, something I still strive for in my racing. You know, I think that feeling of winning will never go away and never change. It's still an awesome feeling.
His experience has him coming back to race here as the competition takes the form of Formula 4.
Well, I had a great time last year racing Formula BMW. You know, it's so awesome here. You get so much track time, and it's just a massive learning curve. I think it's good fun to come back, and you know, in the new car, you know, it's a thing of the future sort of thing, and I've done some racing in the past in it, so I'm sort of familiar with the car, and yeah, it's good fun. I actually had to go in a mate's go-kart when I was about 10, and it was awesome fun, so I started racing go-karts then and did that for about 5 years, and then had some more success in the go-kart, so we thought, oh, we'll give it a shot moving up, and just sort of gone from there, really. I don't think I would be doing it if I didn't like it. It's just awesome. I think the adrenaline, you know, the speeds that you're going, it's just an awesome feeling. It's something I love doing.
Great stuff, Jordan. Can't wait to see him out on track.
The great thing about this championship is that all the drivers are on an even playing field. It really is the driver that makes a difference. And a one-make championship means that all the drivers are in the same F4 race car.
And a one-team championship means they have the same access to resources like coaches, training, and data collection.
Meritus GP are the exclusive race engineering service providers for the Formula 4 Southeast Asia Championship. And it comes with a solid track record, having won 36 FIA international titles.
But over the last 20 years, Meritus GP have won 36 FIA championship titles in Asia. 4 of our drivers have gone to F1. One of our drivers won Le Mans 24 Hours last year, and one of our drivers won Indy 500 this year. So it's got great brand, quality brand heritage, and it's an Asian brand owned by a Malaysian company. And because of the experience and the talent that Meritus has developed over the last 20 years, we now have the engineers and technicians and mechanics to run a one-team F4 Southeast Asia Championship.
Through the services provided by Meritus GP, these young drivers have access to engineering services, race engineers, driver coaches, and professional technicians and mechanics.
It's a high-level racing car, so you know, we teach them how the suspension works, how the aero works, how by using more aero you generate more downforce, that's more grip, how to trust the tires, how the tires work, and just the basics on how to maximize the potential of the car that they have.
The Formula 4 Series is giving drivers valuable on-track experience. Over the course of 30 race weekends this season, they will get over 300 hours of track time. After each session, race data is shared with the drivers to find their individual areas of improvement.
In many ways, racing is it's influenced a lot by your budget. So drivers with the bigger budgets have access to the better teams and all that. So that's not quite a level playing field. But in our thing, it's one budget, so everybody is equally with the best team. Any driver can get the experience and the knowledge of the best driver on the grid through the data that we record and can download and compare and improve their technique going forward.
In order to make the most of that on-track experience, qualified coaches help make sense of it all through analysing data collected and translating it into valuable lessons for the drivers.
You know, obviously with the data, the telemetry, the videos, track walks, anything that I think can help the driver, I pass on to them so that in the future they can, you know, when I'm not here, they can use that intuition and integrity to go and seek that advice themselves.
The championship looks to bridge the gap between karting and Formula 3, with drivers experiencing high levels of engineering support with races held to international safety standards.
Well, my coach, Arman Ibrahim, is probably one of the best I've ever, met and ever took training from. His experience is really helping me to build my experience.
These guys are good. I mean, so I look up to these people, learn lots of things from them because they've been here and they know it better than me. So yeah, it's good.
It's time for a break. When we return, we take a look behind the scenes at the team's preparation and we hear from the drivers after testing in the Formula 4 car.